morning, everybody. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing today? So this is June, and June is Happy Pride Month. So as some of you already know, I'm bisexual. I am also on the board of the LGBT Chamber of Commerce in Austin, Texas, which is something I'm very proud of. And something happened last week that I didn't even think would be related, but this is what happened. I go to one of my favorite stores, and it's a resale store. I love it. I go there, get in the fitting room, and as I open the curtain to check out my outfit in one of the other mirrors, you got the mirror inside the fitting room, but sometimes I like to see the light outside the fitting room. I go there, and there's a gentleman sitting, and I snapped and said, "Well, you can't be here." And he looks at me very confused, like, "I'm sorry, my lady friend asked me to be here and to give her feedback." It's like, "Well, I didn't ask you." So, and he goes away, and I was a little bit perturbed by that. But anyway, I finished trying my stuff. I go out of the fitting room, and then I see literally another man and another man just walking in and walking out. It's like, "Wait a minute, this is the ladies' fitting room." So I asked the young lady at the entryway, it's like, "I'm sorry, I'm confused. Is this a mixed fitting room?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, it's always been like that." So what happened in my head really quick was, I'm telling myself, I've been coming here for years. I've been coming here for years, and I've never seen a gentleman in that fitting room, and there is a gentleman fitting room right there. So I'm already going into a self-gratification of I know better. 2, I'm telling myself that young lady hasn't been here for 6 years. She doesn't know what she's talking about. That's not always been that way. So 2, I'm going into judgment. And then 3, because I am studying sexual harassment, because that's something that's really top of mind for me, the first thing I think about is like, wait a minute, you've got young ladies in there, 14, 15, 16 years old, with men in that fitting room with just that tiny curtain. Like, it's not even a door, it's just a curtain. And I'm a little freaking out. So it's like, okay, so we've got another layer to the conversation I'm having with myself. And then projection. I'm already projecting what's going to happen. So because I'm a coach, this is what I do, and I was able to identify judgment, projection, and all that good stuff. I let it go. And then 1 week later, which is like yesterday, I'm thinking, you know what, this is still bothering me a little bit. So I was like, I'm just going to call the store, I'm just going to talk to them. So I call in and I ask for the manager, and that's when you have a very nervous voice on the other side of the line. It's like, what is this regarding to, ma'am? It's like, well, I just want to speak to your manager, please. And the manager is really busy because it's the weekend. That's completely understandable. So it's like, well, the manager is really busy. Can you just let me know what it is? And so I tell them what happened. And the answer was very unexpected and delightful for me, because they say, yeah, it's always been a mixed fitting room because we want everybody to not have to choose and feel welcome to use any fitting room they want. And that's all I needed to hear. And I went from a stage of being concerned about my well-being and being judgmental and being self-righteous to a certain level to, hey, they're helping my friends. They want everybody, regardless of what they look like, to be in the environment that is going to be most comfortable with them. They are being extremely inclusive, non-judgmental, supportive of the LGBT community. And I'm like in bloody heaven at that point. And it's like, wow, this is amazing. This is absolutely fantastic. And my point is, depending on our mindset and depending on our priorities, we can justify anything. I was ready to justify complaining to a store manager about, I'm not going to feel safe, and that's the way it's always been, and I don't understand your staff, to, wow, you're being inclusive and supportive of the LGBT community, and all of a sudden, I don't give a crap if I have a man changing in the fitting room next to me. Because in my mind, I prioritized already the comfort and emotional safety of people that maybe non-binary, non-gender conforming, transitioning. That's priority for me. So my mind shifted and I didn't even have to do a workout on it. And all of a sudden I'm very clear. I'm so going back to shop there because I really want to and I love it. And then two, you can do it. If you get your priorities straight, you can justify anything very clearly and very easily. And for me, that's a priority. So that was already a store that I enjoyed very much. The fact that they have demonstrating so very clearly how supportive they are and so inclusive they are. And the lady on the phone was a little nervous talking to me because she didn't know what my point of view was. And I told her, well, yeah, I'm on the chamber. And it's like, you are rocking. Thank you. That she was much more calm at the end of a conversation. But this is what I encourage you to. If something is bugging you, and you're not exactly sure at 100%, I mean 100%, if you're not absolutely sure, pick up the phone, have a conversation, just mention, hey, this is what I witnessed, this is what I'm concerned about, can you give me some information about that? And that works for professional conversations, that works for political conversations, that works for personal ones, that works for everything. If we had that curiosity and we are open to learning something, it works. And I'm not saying you're going to get the outcome that you would like. That's not what I'm talking about. But at least you won't be speculating about what might be going on and you'll actually have a straight answer. Does that make sense? Okay. So if you had that opportunity to do that this week, I highly encourage you to do so because it really clears the air and then you feel lighter and then sometimes you create new friendships and new connections. And until next week, reach for the greatest version of yourself. You can do it. Bye-bye.